Rob Z Show!
Hey, I'm back again. It's Rob Z with another video for you. Hey, the same hoodie as the last video. Yeah, maybe this will be the new hoodie video. I should have a hoodie specializing in certain videos, right? Today, I wanted to talk about having an off day. Hey, you can see my kid. That's Max. There he is in the background. There's that little dude. He's a little bit older than that now, but he's a cute little guy, just like those pictures. And that's not my sippy cup. That's his sippy cup, just in case you're wondering. Did you ever have an off day? That's a stupid question. I know we've all had off days. I had one today, and it's kind of weird when you have an off day. I woke up not planning on having an off day. Who does? I woke up not feeling like I was going to have an off day, and I did. Now, when I say an off day for me, that means I'm a radio DJ. So whenever I have an off day, it's whenever I have a messed up day on the air. I do the morning show, 6 to 10 a.m. It's a top 40 morning show. It's a Hot 100. If you ever want to listen, out of Altoona, Pennsylvania, you can find us on Facebook, Hot 100 PA. You can find our live stream. But today, actually, my show, I think on the air, as far as people listening, it went pretty well. I mean, I had some good phone calls and that kind of stuff, and it was definitely a good show, a decent show from a standpoint of maybe somebody tuning in. But I just knew myself. I could feel the way I was running the board in the studio, how smooth I was. It was just, things were just off. My brain was off. I was not thinking the way that I normally do. I was not prepared the way that I normally am. And for whatever reason, it was just an off day. And I let that mess with my head in the 6 o'clock hour of doing the show. I let it kind of screw with me. And I knew that I was throwing myself, because I felt off, I was throwing myself off my own game. And if you have an off day, it's really hard to get back on track. It's really hard to all right, we got to stop here. We got to reset. I've got to start from scratch because I know what I'm doing today is not exactly working for me. I don't feel right. I don't feel prepared. I get hot and sweaty. I get a hot flash whenever I'm having an off day. I can just feel my body heat up. And that happened to me, and I had beads of sweat on my forehead, and I was like, man, why am I having this sort of day? And it was probably lack of preparation, and it was probably lack of sleep because my son was up last night for a little bit right before I had to get up to go into work, and it just kind of screwed with me. But then I recovered, sort of. The whole show was still a little bit back and forth. But what I've learned with this whole thing, that every day is a learning experience. Every day is a day to have an off day and to have something screwed up and to get through that, not let it affect your overall performance, and bounce back the next day. Come home and work on something to make sure your next day is going to go better. And an off day can be in anything, right? It can be in a sport that you play. It can be in your social life. It can be in your relationships. It can be your job, your career. It can be just your mental process. It can be the way you're feeling on a certain day, the way you work out a certain day. Everything can be an off day. Man, whenever I work out, or I haven't worked out much lately, I've been taking some time off. Sorry, I feel like I have a lot of spit. But whenever I worked out a lot, which I'll get back into once summer starts rolling around, you'd have an off day and it would just feel like, man, I've worked out all this time. How am I having this bad of a day? How do I feel this week? Why don't I have the stamina to do this? Why don't I have the stamina to do that? And you got to kind of assess it well, what am I doing wrong? Number one, is there something that I can fix that's not right in the situation? And number two, maybe it's just one of those days. You might be a little bit more tired. You might just not be as focused. You may have not prepared well enough. Maybe you ate something that you shouldn't have before you worked out. Or maybe you're just off. I feel like sometimes there's not a real reason for it. And that might mean that it's psychological and in your head, but it also means that you're just off, and that's okay. Don't let it ruin the rest of your days. Don't let that off day offset the rest of your week, especially because today is a Monday. You let an off day at the beginning of the week affect your head for the rest of the week. you're just setting yourself up for failure. So take it, learn from it, don't throw it away in the trash right away. Learn, well, here are the reasons why I was off. And now I can go and I can look at these reasons and I can figure out, well, that's what happened. I didn't prepare enough. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't do the things that I normally do. And even if you do the things that you normally do, you can still find points in there as the reason things were off. If you be honest with yourself, I'm sure you can find the reasons. And once you figure out why, crumple that day up and throw it away. There's never a wasted day, right? Never waste a day. Learn from the day. But if it's no good, once you take the core of what was wrong with it, toss it out, start over again, which is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. It won't be an off day because I've already assessed the situation to make sure that it won't be. So hopefully your day was not an off day, and hopefully not many of your days are. Until next time, thank you so much for listening, and click that subscribe button down there. That would be so cool of you. All right, bye.